Hi guys, welcome to the class. Today I will show you how to add a piece of art to this blank wall and add a drop shadow to it so that it looks realistic and not all fake looking and weird, okay? So open up your mock-up piece. Maybe you purchased one or you just took a picture of your blank wall and now you want to just add photos to it and mock them up, or your paintings or your art or whatever. So go grab your photo and then grab your piece of art that you want to mock up. So I'm going to grab this piece right here. This is my day 14 of my 100-day challenge, and I'm just going to mock it up for you guys. So once you place it, make sure this is either, or take a look if this button right up here is clicked or not. If it's clicked, then you don't need to press Shift in order to constrain the proportions when sizing up and down. Okay? If it's not clicked, that means you have to press Shift or it's going to do this. So when you press Shift, it's going to constrain those proportions to a square. So that's very important. So make sure you know whether you need to press Shift or not, or just try Shift and we'll see. And you'll see if you need to. Okay, so I'm going to make it smaller, probably around this size. You can resize it later, but if you make it too small, and you press OK and then resize it back up, it will be pixelated. So make sure you don't go too small on the first try. So let's do that again because we don't want it all misshapen. Okay. I will make it a little smaller. There you go, somewhere around there. And I'm gonna hit enter. And now we are going to play with the drop shadows. So once you're in your layers window right here, open up your layers window. I dragged mine out of here. You can place it back in or you can drag it out and just open it like that. Oops, whoops, right here, the little arrows. So I'm just gonna open mine like that. And click on the layer that has your piece of art, not the background layer with the wall. Go down here to your blending options and click drop shadow. And from here, you're going to choose your drop shadow. So I already had some here. I'm going to delete because I'm going to show you how to make it from scratch. So if you have just one drop shadow here, that's perfectly fine. Now we're going to play around with the drop shadow. It is super easy, guys. So the first thing you need to do before you even add the drop shadow is figure out which direction the sun or your light is coming from in the picture. So I can see here that I have a little bit of a shadow on the right side of this, and on the right side of my flower pot here, and the books. I can see that there's more shadow on the right side of the book than on the front of the book. And obviously I can't see the other side, but I'm guessing the shadow is going to be on the right side. And it's not a very harsh shadow. You can see that it's not like really dark gray or really black or really, really dark. It's a very subtle shadow because it was very kind of bright in the room. So make sure you remember that too. Okay, so now we're going to add my shadow. First, let's start with the color. Make sure it is set to multiply, just so that it darkens and makes the wall look darker instead of just like a flat color on the wall. Okay, so make sure it's multiply. And then the color of your shadow, you can click right here and you can click and choose your shadow color. So again, if the setting calls for it, depending on your picture of your wall or your whatever you're mocking this up on, if the other shadows on that wall are super dark and black, you can choose black. My shadows, like I said before, they're very light. So I'm gonna just hover over my picture and I get this little eyedropper tool right here, and I can choose a color from my photo to be the color of my shadow. So I'm gonna choose something here that's kind of like dark but not black. So this is kind of the color of my shadow, okay? And you can change this later if you don't like it. But that's what I'm gonna choose. These seem a little bit too light, so I'm gonna choose this darker one right here. Okay, click OK. This is gonna be your opacity. So this will choose how dark your shadow is, okay? So you can always adjust that. And I'm gonna make mine, I don't know, somewhere around the 20s for now. And angle is which angle the light is coming from. So my shadow is going to be on the right. That means my light is coming from the left. Somewhere in the 160s, I would say. Somewhere over there. And the distance apparently is very high here. So we're going to bring the shadow closer to our piece of art. Because if we have it kind of floating around like this, it looks like the piece of art is just floating in midair and not hung on the wall. So we're going to bring this tighter. Somewhere over here, maybe in the 20s again. The spread, and you can play around with this and zoom in. So let's make this darker so you guys can see. So the distance is how far the shadow is cast, and then the spread is how like see the line of the shadow, it's not blurry anymore. So that's your spread. And we want to make it very blurry. So we're gonna make it around 9-ish or even less, we'll see. And then the size is how far it spreads. So how far it goes. So we're gonna bring the distance closer. We're gonna increase the size for this first shadow and go back on our opacity in the 20s. So that doesn't look like much, but we're not done yet, guys, because we are going to duplicate this shadow, okay? I'm gonna change my angle just a tiny bit. I'm gonna bring it up a little bit more. Maybe in the 150s, 140s, somewhere over there, so that it's coming from here, okay? Yeah, right there. All right, I'm gonna click this button right here to duplicate my shadow. So just click it, it's gonna make another shadow exactly the same, but we're gonna change it. So we're gonna bring the opacity up a tiny bit, but our distance in just by a couple percent. Our size too, we're just gonna bring it a little bit closer to the piece of art so that it's not so far spread out. Somewhere like that. And then we're gonna duplicate it again. So click the button or the plus button again. And now we're gonna again bring the opacity up a tiny bit, the distance in a little bit, just bring it in a little bit tighter. And take a look if that makes any sense for you guys. And then you can go back to the other shadows and move them around as well. You can make it a little bit further. Yeah. All right, so you can go back to each of these drop shadows and either show them or not, or edit them, okay? Okay, so I feel like I need to add a little bit more distance to some of mine. So I'm just gonna up each of them just a tiny bit. And then I can show or hide and see which one I'm working on. Now, for global light, make sure you have this checked if you want all of your shadows to go in the same direction, which you probably do. In case you have multiple light sources that are casting multiple shadows, then you would uncheck it. But if you just have one light source or the most strong light source casting a shadow, then you would choose to use global light, okay? So we're gonna make another shadow where I turn this off, and we're gonna have the shadow go in another direction, just a tiny bit, because I can see there's a little bit of shadow on my left-hand side here as well, but we're gonna make this one very small and not very dark. I'm gonna make the spread 0. Okay, so it's a very small light shadow, but I'm gonna leave it. Okay, now it still looks a tiny bit flat just because this is not like framed or anything. It's just a canvas, a picture of a canvas. So we're gonna add a little bit of a 3D effect to it so that it looks like the edges are wrapping around like the corner, like the edges, okay? So, because you know the canvas is kind of round on the edges, it wraps around, it doesn't just like end right there. So we're going to add that effect. So go back to your FX here, blending mode, and choose bevel and emboss. And we're going to choose inner bevel, and then just again play around with the depth, size, soften, and your opacities and colors. Okay, just like the other thing. So zoom in and you can see what I'm talking about right here on the bottom corner. So use global light again, because that will tie into your global light for the drop shadow. So your highlight, it's going to add a little bit of a highlight on this side right here and on the top. Okay, because that's where our light's coming from. And it's going to add a little bit of a shadow right on the bottom and the right hand side. And you can see, if I do the depth, how far it's coming in. Do you see that? It makes it look a little bit more 3D. So we're going to keep the depth pretty low, around 100. And then opacities kind of in the 50s. And again, the multiply, screen for highlight, multiply for shadow. Keep those settings there. And then your shadow, again, choose something that's similar to your photo so that it's not like a harsh black color. Okay. So just make sure those aren't like blown out of proportion. So make sure the depth isn't like too high. I'm going to make all of this a little bit smaller. All right, right around there. I'm going to leave it. It's at 53, 7, 3 for soften, and then opacities are in the low 50s. And I'm using global light to tie into my main drop shadows right here. Okay? And that is it, guys. It is finished. Our piece is finished. It's mocked up. It's got its drop shadow. You can zoom out and kind of see if you like it, if you need to edit it anymore. Like I said, just go back in here and you can show or hide each of these, or just double click on it and you're back in the menu and you can edit them. Okay, so this is not like set in stone. You can always come back in and edit each of these little shadows. Okay, so now that I'm done, now that I'm done with the drop shadows, I'm going to show you how to mock up more than one of these pieces. So what if you're doing like a gallery wall or a couple pieces on the wall? Just move this one over, or if you already moved it over, I'm going to move mine over and I'm going to add in another one. So I'm going to have this one right here. I'm going to have to keep it small because my picture is vertical. So I'm going to put that right there, and I'm going to add another day, another piece. I don't know which one would go with that. Maybe this one. Okay, so let me size it down. Oops, didn't hold the constraints, didn't hold the shift. So I'm gonna kind of match the size here. Okay, maybe a tiny bit smaller. All right, I'm gonna move it to the side. Now, you don't have to go back in here and add all those drop shadows. All you have to do is just copy and paste it from here. So click on your effects. So hover over the word effects, click option, and then click on effects, and make sure you see those two little arrows. Do you see the black and white arrow? Place it on the new picture that you just put on there, and it copied all those settings. Do you see that? It was super easy, and you mocked up two pieces on one wall, and the shadows match. They look like they belong together. So they're not going in different directions and kind of all over the place. They're exactly the same shadow. And now you can go back into your pieces and kind of move them around and center them, or whatever you need to do. Okay? So if you guys have any more questions about this, maybe you need me to do this again a little bit more clearer. But this is how I do my drop shadows. Make sure you have more than one drop shadow. And if you want to add that bevel and emboss, add that in there so that it just gives it a little bit more depth, especially for like canvas pieces or frames. If they look a little flat, you can add that bevel and emboss there, but make sure you keep it kind of low and not like super huge. Okay, and again, multiple drop shadows, because one drop shadow still makes it look fake and kind of floaty. So make sure you have multiple drop shadows, a bevel and emboss for depth, and that's it. And then just copy and paste it onto your other pieces, and that way all your pieces match. All right, guys, so if you have any other questions for me about drop shadows, let me know, and I can make more videos like this. All right, see you next week. Bye.